first thing to do when you happen to arrive at an accident scene before an ambulance? Well, not many people have a clue, and as a result, precious lives are lost. Now, a man from KwaZulu-Natal has partnered with ER24 to equip tow truck drivers with paramedics skills. Ultimately, Mbambo wants his initiative to reach as many South African motorists as possible. His idea was inspired by a relative's near-death experience. Mbambo had been driving with friends from George to Umlazi when she lost control of her car.
Didn't know what happened, but suddenly something hit me. So a car hit me on my side. So, and then everything went blank.
When the call came through, I was shocked, and I had to rush to where she was. And because she was crying, and you can hear from her voice that she is like really, really hurt.
Half an hour later, Nelisiwe's brother Brian was by her side.
When I got there to the accident scene, I was like, because I was coming from very, very far, and to get there and there's no ambulance.
But it's not the only thing Brian had to deal with.
The scene itself wasn't properly managed because the tow truck companies that were there couldn't even control traffic, couldn't do scene management.
Given the severity of the accident, Nelisiwe and her two friends were extremely fortunate to leave the scene with minor injuries. Although Nelisiwe fully recovered from the 2008 accident and moved on with her life, Brian couldn't do the same. He was questioning the role of tow truck drivers.
How come these guys do not know what to do? Because they're always in accident scene and they arrive first.
Brian believed tow truck drivers could play a bigger role in helping accident victims while waiting for an ambulance. So his idea was to get them trained in basic paramedic skills like first aid and being able to handle an accident scene.
I approached the KZN Department of Transport, and I approached the KZN Department of Health, and it didn't work out at that stage, and so I had to come up with another way because nothing could have stopped me.
He then knocked on ER24's door.
We looked at the idea and we thought this was going to be a great opportunity with ER24 and with Brian to get involved in this project.
They understand the importance of saving lives. They understand the time factor and knowing that tow truck drivers and my approach to them, that tow truck drivers 99% of the time they arrive first in the accident scene.
Towards the end of 2012, Brian approached various tow truck companies in his area to test the project. Months later, it took off and drivers were now calling him for training.
You see horrific scenes, and being without this training, you were basically helpless. You know, it was rather just get in your vehicle and go away because some of the scenes were so chaotic that you couldn't stand it. And then you got to phone the ambos, and unfortunately, ambos are not just available all the time.
Masuthi uyabuka manje njengoba sesikwazi ukusisiza ngoluhlelo hayi akusemandla kakhulu ukushona kwabantu. Siyabasiza impela abantu uma sifike engozini. Sicrossa irobot nje liku red caution ngoba sisuke siqine ukusiza imphefumulo yabantu hayi ngoba sisuke sijaha imali nje kuphela.
Today, hundreds of people are being trained in level 1 and 2 first aid. The program also takes in taxi drivers and tavern owners who usually deal with weekend brawls.
I think it's very important. I think not only for first tow truckers, I think it's for everybody that out there should learn a little bit of first aid training. That's always going to save a life.
People who take part in this course leave with a sponsored first aid kit designed for drivers who are always on the road.
In the box, they have 100 gloves. They have about 40 different types of bandages. And they have 3 antiseptic wound cleaners, 100 mils each. And they have CPR mouthpieces, 9 CPR mouthpieces. It has 100 gauze. And they also have a stock of cotton wool.
A very important initiative indeed. Well done, Brian Mbambo. Well, that's it for now. Join us again next time as we explore the lives of those who dare to dream, the people who are committed to making South Africa a country of possibilities. My name is Mphola Gaje.